Hello everyone, Shrutirtha here. I'm back once again with a fresh new video. And this time, the topic of the video is going to be something that is honestly very uncomfortable for people to talk about, people to share, express. And that is the topic of poor management in corporate, which unfortunately many associates at all levels and like years of experience they go through at some point of their career. And I just want to talk about this problem today and maybe give you guys and everybody who is probably at some point of their career right now facing these challenges from this kind of a management uh, and how to approach and deal with this problem in the best possible way from and that is something that I have learned from my own experience and something that has tremendously helped me as well. So I'll start off by saying this thing that whenever you as an associate join a certain company, regardless of the level at which you are joining, be it as a fresher right out of college or maybe in the mid management or in the senior management, one thing that is very important for you to understand is that you must know the core purpose that is driving you towards that job. You must be very cognizant and clear about it. Now, for some people, in fact, for majority of the people, that core purpose is money. Meaning they say that, okay, we need to earn money, right? We need to make a living. How else will we survive? How else will we live? Now, my direct answer there to you would be the local vegetable vendor that you see out on the streets, that person also makes money just by selling vegetables. Sure, probably doesn't make lakhs and lakhs of rupees or something like that a month, but he or she makes a good living to sustain his or her family. So, money alone cannot be the core purpose for you as an associate to be in a company on a certain job, right? That is very clear because you can make money in other ways as well. Ways that are not dishonest, ways that are quite good, but maybe not as glamorous as professional career roles, either in government or in corporate, right? So that's the thing. You need to understand this first that money can never be your core purpose for a corporate job. It has to be something much deeper than that. So, and that deeper purpose is something that you yourself have to deeply introspect and find out. In my experience, for me, uh, it was always that I want to do the work. That is the core purpose for me to join a certain company in a certain position. It was never money. Of course, I need the money because I have to make a living, but that was never the core purpose with which I joined any job so far in my corporate career. For me, it was always about the work first and money next. Money, of course, it's a part of the deal, it's part of the package. We need it. Fine. But work was the major driver for me. And the reason why it was the case is very simple. I realized something very early on in my life, in my career, that at the end of the day, a company is nothing but a business. And corporate or any, like, if I talk about in the context of corporate where this problem majorly happens, um, the thing is that a corporate is nothing but a machine that has been created to run the company or run that business. So we cannot expect this machine to be, like, for the lack of better word, ethical and fair to us at all times. They can be ethical, the company can be ethical for to safeguard their own selfish interests. But a company, you cannot expect a company to be ethical to you as an associate, right? It's just not the right expectation. What you must understand is that when you are joining a job, It is essentially a deal. You are signing a deal with the company. And there's, of course, many terms and conditions in that deal that are not openly discussed. And that is understandable. Of course, from the associate side, everybody wants a job, is looking eagerly towards a new job. And the company also wants an associate. It works out that way. But the thing is that at the end of the day, if you as an associate are not cognizant about your core purpose and the purpose that is not money, then you are essentially signing this deal in a way that, okay, uh, I will do anything for you, just give me money at the end of the month. Your mindset starts working like this, right? And once you succumb to this mindset, you yourself are becoming a slave of this system. It's not the company's fault or the person who is not treating you well, that person's fault. It's just your fault in the first place because this mindset is the problem. You must think about it in this way, which I always did, that I am joining a company not to earn money primarily, but to gain that valuable experience using which I can evolve in my own uniquely authentic journey, which is very unique to myself as a person. It has got nothing to do with anybody else. I always had that in mind, that how can I use this experience to evolve myself as a person? For example, like let's say the experience that you get in a certain company, let's say, I don't know, some big company of startup, whatever that is. It's not possible to get that experience outside that company because there are certain things that are very unique to that company's business model, operations, work projects, the kind of tech stacks that company uses, right? The problem statements, the people who work in that company, right? In terms of like the associates, that creates a very unique signature in combination, and that signature is could be tremendously beneficial to you if you learn to leverage it in the right way for your own benefit, for evolving in your own personal, unique and authentic journey. Now, once you start thinking in this way, you are not succumbing to this slavery mindset. You are basically saying this, that okay, I am signing this deal with you, but I am signing this deal primarily to gain some valuable experience out of it by selling my time so that you can get the work from me, and that eventually contributes to the uh, functioning of the business and maybe improvement of the business at large. That's the deal. Now here your core interest, if that core interest is work in the first place, whenever you come across this kind of a situation, let's say you are not liking uh, the behavior from your manager, or the manager is not behaving professionally with you, you can just directly say this, that look, hey, I'm on a deal here. I mean, we are on a deal here. So can we please be professional and honor this deal from both ends and make sure that we, like, both our times are productive here? And of course, I know it cannot work with all managers, and there is a very clear reason behind that, because the entire corporate hierarchy works on the principle of power and influence, and that has been the case, I mean, for long, and especially uh, in a country like India, where knowledge is not valued, rather maybe, uh, how do I say it, like uh, blind obliging to people in position of power and supremacy is valued regardless of everything else. That is understandable. But the core thing here to understand is that you as an associate are not powerless. You if you change your mindset, even if a manager is behaving this way with you, you will learn to deal with to deal with it professionally. You will negotiate with your manager in such a way so that you can put forward this thing to that person, to your manager, very early on of you joining that role. And it's actually then when it's most impactful. If you do it later on, the impact decreases over time. But if you do it early on, when the company has also invested a large amount of money on you by hiring you, and you start seeing this kind of a behavior from your manager, if you just talk to your manager that, hey, look, I'm here to do this work, it's a deal, and if this is going to be the behavior, I'm very sorry to say this, but I won't be able to work to the best of my capabilities. So can we please honor the professionalism on both sides? Now, of course, hearing this, your manager can react in a weird way, right? I mean, can say all sorts of things to you. What I would suggest you there is that just be calm, just listen to whatever your manager is saying. And if you want, just simply ignore that. But don't lose your calm. Hear it out. If you want, ignore it. But that discussion will end somewhere where you will realize that, okay, this is the person I have to deal with till I'm in this role. And now it all comes down to this thing, that what is your purpose of being here? It could be like, okay, I want to learn this specific skill in this particular company, in this particular context, this business context, this specific scale and tech stack and everything. It's that unique combination I was just talking about, right? So what you can do is that just be in that company for that amount of time till you learn that, right? Because after that, there is absolutely no reason why you would stick around and still face that manager, right? And especially more than the manager, it's about you outgrowing in your current role. So once you sort of acquire that experience and make that contribution as a part of your role, that sort of, I would say, somehow fills up the core reason why you joined in that role. At that time, you must realize that it's no longer serving you. So that at that time, it totally becomes about trying to find the new job, a new place where you can go to a more like the next level role, where you can learn more and contribute more at the next level, right? So this is what I would say, that first learn your true purpose, understand your true purpose of joining a corporate job, be it any level, get that experience from that job. Until that time, till you don't get that experience, regardless of what your manager does with you, you simply choose to ignore it. I know becomes very painful at times, happened with me also. But the thing that you should bear in mind here is that your manager, the worst thing that your manager can do is say something very wrong, like in a very rude tone to you, something that feels like that guy is bossing around or doing something like that's the max that person can do, right? And you know that you are there for a reason, and that reason definitely is not money. That reason should be experience, because then and only then you will be able to be there till you acquire that. If your reason is money, then you immediately succumb to that slavery mindset. You will keep taking those behaviors personally. You will keep stressing yourself and ruin your and your family life. So better than that is treat a corporate job like this. It's very simple, this, as I was just saying. It's like going to a shop. You go to a shop to buy something, right? Treat a corporate job also like that. A company is nothing but a shop where you sell your time to buy valuable experience and of course, the monetary part as well. Once you come to this mindset, everything starts changing. Then people, even if they behave wrongly with you, they start losing their control over you. People can control you only when you let them control yourself, right? So always, but if you don't, it just won't happen. So hope that helps, and that is all for today. See you again next time in my next video. Till then, bye.